Good morning! Good morning, UAE. Good afternoon, Philippines. Good evening, LA, sa best friend ni Bro na nanonood. So, today is another special day. Happy Friday, everyone, nga pala. At napakagandang araw ito muli dahil meron na naman tayong bisita sa ating bahay. At alam niyo na kung sino sila, si Bro Jayson and Sis Jhang. At halos lahat ng naiimbitahan ko dito, talagang hinahangaan ng marami. Lalo na sa pagiging pamilya, tapos napaka-talented, tapos isa pa to, sina Bro Jayson at Sis Jhang, isa to sa inspirasyon namin in serving God. Pero before ko sila ipakilala sa inyo, syempre gusto ko munang sabihin na itong series na to, itong parenting series is like a personal vlog na rin siya, I can say. Tapos yung purpose niya talaga is to share experiences ng mga parents in how they handle their daily life with their kids. Then, it is meant to motivate you on how to make your healthy choices as well based on what you think is applicable for you and your family. Kasi syempre, hindi naman yung effective sa amin at yung effective sa mga magulang na mga kasama namin dito ay effective din sa inyo. So, at least at the end of this series, at this video, meron po kayong matutunan habang nakikipagkwentuhan po ako sa ating mga invited parent dito sa ating parenting series. At ito po, syempre, para lang alam ninyo, itong dalawang to nakilala ko po sila sa community, Couples for Christ. At nung nag-join kami doon ni Mark, ng aking husband, ay isa na sila sa mga leaders noon pa. Kaya talagang inspirasyon po itong dalawang ito, lalo na sa pagkanta at sa pagiging leader. Ang dami-dami namin natutunan sa kanila. So without further ado, we would like to welcome Bro Jayson and Sis Jhang.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good afternoon in the Philippines.
Good afternoon.
Good morning here.
Good morning in Dubai.
Oo. So, kumusta naman kayo? Salamat sa pagpunta dito sa aming bahay. Bahay namin to itong channel na to.
Wow.
At pinaunlakan niyo po ako na makasama kayo. Very, very honor po na ang Bro Jayson and Sis Jhang ay nandito sa aming tahanan. Kaya siguro syempre para magtuloy-tuloy na tayo, pwede bang ipakilala niyo sa amin yung inyong background as a family at yung pangalan na rin ng inyong two beautiful kids?
Okay, Dad. Give it away.
Yes,
Agad-agad na.
Anyway, good morning to all the viewers here in Dubai and sa aming family in the Philippines. Good afternoon. Yeah. So I would formally start our by introducing our family. So by the way, I'm Jayson and my wife Jhang Montemayor. And I'll start it by yung aming love story. Not too long.
Uy, parenting to.
We compress it. Parenting, no?
Parenting siya, hindi love story.
Okay. So,
ay, may nagpapahay na muna pala sa inyo,
Hi, bro.
Hi, bro. Makinig ka dyan kung ano yung love story ni Bro.
Love story, parenting to, tas love story.
No. Okay, I'll start. By God's grace, we've met last 2007 in the community, Singles for Christ. So, if you will calculate, then we got married on 2008.
Ang 8 ba?
2008.
Joke lang.
Ako ba yun? So we are happily married for 12 years now and happily serving in the community as well. So we are blessed with two lovely kids. Name nila si Matt and Julia. So basically we started as friends there in Singles for Christ. Then we decided to tie the knot.
Friendship moves, no?
Yes. So we have the same
Ninja moves daw yun Ninja moves.
we have the same passion. So sports. So then there it started. It blooms ba? Sinasabi nila.
Blooms.
So we decided to get married on 2009. Okay.
Sabi mo ngayon,
2008 we got
Sure na ba? Yung 2009?
we got married in
we got married
civil.
twice. Then we got
Okay.
so para hindi kayo ma-confuse.
so we have 2 anniversaries.
Civil wedding and church wedding. Okay. Then yes, so we have 2 kids. We have our elder son, Matt, who's turning 11 years old next month. So then our younger daughter is Julia. So she is 8 years old.
Kota na.
Okay.
1 girl,
11
1
and 8.
Oo, kotang
Pero
kota.
pwede pa ata.
Sa akin pwede pa.
As if siya mga anak, no?
Okay. We are taught to be pro-life, right? So
Pro-life talaga.
okay, anyway.
Lalo na kasi ngayon,
move on.
no, ang daming nabuo from the lockdown.
Yes.
So,
but they're
kami
blessed.
wala.
Lockdown pregnancy.
Yes.
So, fats lang, baby fats.
So, malalaman natin na yung mga names nila. Si Corona. Okay, so that's our brief
Love story.
Love story. I will just want to add dun sa kanyang brief background. Siguro yung aming married life is dahil in ngayon ang plants, it's like a plant. Yeah, you know, it's in the process of nurturing it each day. Kumbaga sa plants, you have to give certain amount of sunlight and certain amount of water. Di naman kailangan laging, may mga plants kasi di laging dinidiligan or nini-water. Kumbaga, di ba? Okay. May indoor, may outdoor.
Hindi
ba tayo?
Ano ba
kami? Indoor o outdoor plant kami?
Only single meaning.
Hindi naman, kidding aside, our married life, our family life is like a plant. Without a balance, I would say, without a balanced care, siguro magda-dry kami, no? But it happens. But with the grace of God, I would say na it blooms naman. Seasonal, char.
Very nice.
And like
Uso pa naman ang plantito at plantita ngayon, ano?
Kaya nga, anong plant ka, Sis Malu?
Oh my God.
Sa iyo, kung ikaw ay magiging
money plant. Pwede bang money plant na lang ako?
Okay.
Ang ganda nun, So,
anong plant ka?
Anong pangalan ng inyong mga beautiful kids? Matt and
Julia. Matt Jace and Julia Micaela. Yun. Kasi
napakaganda ng pangalan.
Matt from the Bible, Matthew. Julia actually, because Julia Roberts is my favorite actress. But of course, but from the Greek word is it means God is light. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng Julia. So yun. M and J. Because our initial is M and J. Real name niya, Mark Jayson. My real name is Maha. O di ba ang layo sa Jhang, no?
Maja here.
Maja.
Oo nga, Majang. Kaya nga. Pero sakto na rin yung Jayson and Jhang. Ayan, Matt and Julia. Ang ganda naman ng Julia Micaela.
Julia Micaela. I think they're watching kasi sabi nila kanina, we're gonna watch you. so if you're watching,
Hi, Kuya Matt. Hi, Ate Julia. Thank you for watching. Pakinggan niyo si Mommy and Daddy. So, paano yan, maintindihan ba nila yung Filipino o kailangan pa English kayo? Wag na ako, kayo na lang.
Let's see. Dito, baliktad yun. Pag sa abroad, ang bata pag nagtagalog, nosebleed. Yung mga bata sa atin, pag nag-English, nosebleed.
Kaya nga, baliktad nga dito Pero, dahil dyan, no, katulad niyan, sinabi nyo nga, ito kasing episode natin is about good environment. Episode number 4. Ang ganda na rin ng mga topic nung nakaraan at dun sa mga ibang nakapanood. For sure, ang dami nilang natutunan. But in this topic talaga, this episode 4, na we're talking about nurturing, ang ganda nung sinabi mo, Sis Jang, na parang yung family nyo is like a plant. Kailangan may balance care, tapos kailangan nadidiligan para lagi nagbo-bloom. So,
Tama.
katulad niyan, how do you say na yung family nyo talagang may enough na water, may enough na sun, may enough na vitamins para masabing mag-bloom? May ano yung mga bonding ninyo or connection nyo sa inyong mga anak na ginagawa? Pwedeng daily or most of the time, ano yung mga bonding at connection ninyo sa isa't isa?
Yes, the family bondings, you would say.
Yeah, kasi pag when you have this family bonding, is you're creating memories, diba? With the children, especially right now, our kids are, I would say, they are in their growing years. Matt is 10, he's turning 11, and Julia is 8. So, ito yung stage sa mga bata na talagang when they grow up, it will really, ano ba yun? It will really, kumbaga masisave sa database ng utak nila. Yung mga, not like compare kasi pag yung mga 3 or 4, medyo yung mga toddler years, medyo, medyo hindi pa yun masyadong magsisink in sa, nila. Siguro, I would allow my husband first, no, to share what our I would say best bonding as a family, or aside from the best bonding, what our bondings, no, especially I would say during the lockdown as well, diba, maraming talagang masasabing quality time. So
okay. So for the family bonding time, I would remember the most memorable one is when we went to camping as family. In the community, we have this family ties bonding camp. It's like they say it is together in every situation. So family should be together in every situation. So on that moment, as a family, so we are there listening to some of the talks for parents and for the kids. Then you have the time there to cook your own food together with your kids. Then sleep in the small tent overnight. So it's a good bonding moment with the family, because usually the other moments, the daily moments are memorable also, but not so memorable like that you spend time with the family overnight in the desert.
Yeah.
So it's very challenging also, but very fulfilling, and by the grace of God, 3 times na yata kami na nag-attend ng ganun. So we are looking every time na may family ties overnight in the desert. Hopefully next year or the following year. So yun, for me, it's the best as a dad na nurture ko. Bonding moments with my family, my wife and my kids. Yeah. How about you?
Oo, katulad nung title, ties together in every situation.
Yes, it's a good
kasi
formation.
I would just add up, no, kasi sa amin kasi when you say bonding, it's something that you don't really do in the usual day. Kasi yung iba, like dito, 'di ba, sa UAE kasi medyo limited ang ating, I would say, resources, environment. We have also to consider the weather. Like right now, it's too hot, so you cannot may limitation yung paglabas natin. And most of the time, the only way that we could do is to go out of the mall. For us, malling is not a bonding kasi it's just like you're walking there. Yeah, it's very common. I mean, sometimes eating outside, ganon. But kasi 'di ba nowadays mapansin mo, I mean, other families, I mean, we've been there. I'm not saying that we didn't experience that. Yung pag nagmo-mall, tapos kakain kayo sa labas, and then lahat nasa phone. So, you are not bonding, di ba? Kasi, you are bonding with your gadget and with your phone. I mean, guilty as charged. I mean, even as parents, di ba? Di rin natin maano yung pagtingin sa phone. Ganun. Tapos magsi-selfie. Pero, we take selfie, pero it's just for the memory. But, pag sinabi kasing bonding is something that you really created a moment together, quality time together. Like, yeah, you treasure it. Like, yung maaalala nila na, uy, dati, no, yung, syempre, let's say 10 years from now, the children will tell their story to their friends, like, we went to camping in the desert, we experienced this. So it's not a usual, I would say, bonding. Then aside from that, sa akin naman siguro one of the best bonding that we had as a family is when we participated in the Family Got Talent. Naalala mo yun, Dad? I think that was in 2016. It was our first performance. So as a family, so we sang together. Daddy Jayson was playing the guitar. Me and Julia was singing, and Kuya Matt was playing the beatbox. So it was really a best bonding, I would say, because in preparation for that, diba, nagpa-practice tayo. I think we did like 2 weeks, no, almost 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks. Nag-practice kami, nag-prepare kami doon. And that time, I think Julia was 4 years old and Matt was 6. So that's what that's one of our bonding. So yun yung mga ano namin. Sa family ties yon, again, yung sa kanya sa family ties, kasi like Jayson said, we had ano ba to, we had several campings, pero that time baby pa si Julia, I think she was 2, and then si Matt was that time mga 4 pa lang siya. So that time, I think, hindi pa nila masyado na-appreciate. But, syempre, sa mga pictures, nakikita nila na, nakikita nila na, okay, we did this, that time, yun. So, that's our banding. Family banding.
Actually, naaalala ko yan, sis, eh. Naalala ko yung Family Got Talent na yan, nung time na, nasa St. Mary's ba tayo dyan?
Sa St. Mary's 𝗏𝗏, doon sa gym nila.
Oo. So, naalala ko yan. Hindi ko yan makakalimutan yung Got Talent na yan nung kayo yung nag-represent sa atin.
Okay.
Yes.
Pagkakagaling naman kasi talaga. Lahat na lang ng parang yung talent, lahat talaga napunta sa inyong pamilya. Eh.
Kaya kailangan in-nurture.
Diba? Oo, totoo. Nakakatuwa. Nakikita ko talaga yung yung pagkamana ni Julia at saka ni Matt ng talent ninyong dalawa. Makikita mo talaga na it really matters kung anong itinuturo natin sa ating mga anak at ano yung pinapakita natin sa kanila. So, siguro itanong ko na rin sa inyo, since we are talking about good environment, paano nyo ba, parang kunyari, di ba, all of us as family, we want to provide yung best nurturing and physical environment sa ating mga anak. Parang, paano mo ba magagawa yun? And how would you know that you are providing the best nurturing and either physical or emotional environment sa ating mga anak? Okay lang ba? Mag-share kayo about that. Kung paano nyo ba, in case with your family, do you think, are you giving your, parang nurturing environment sa inyong mga anak? At paano nyo nalaman yun?
Ano daw? Headship muna siya muna.
Okay. As for daddies.
Bro Jayson, okay lang ba bago ka sumagot?
Yes.
Bago ka sumagot, i-good morning muna natin to.
Okay.
Good morning, Bro Sherwin and Sis Agnes.
Hello, good morning,
Si
bro
Bro,
and sis.
ay syempre,
About
nagtutune in din ang ating
Very
nagsusupport
talented.
talaga.
ang
Hi,
aming
Bro Third.
Marcelo.
Uh,
Marcelo in the house.
Thank you sa
very avid
panunood.
supporter.
Tsaka yung pamangkin ko, hi Dayan, sa Pilipinas, may papuso. Thank you for watching. So sige,
Hello.
continue ka na bro sa iyong pagsagot.
Okay, about how nurturing or giving good physical environment and emotional side. So for me, I make sure na physically yung place na kung saan nandun yung pamilya ko, yung mga anak ko, they can freely move and safely can do everything that they want to do. So as a father, being a handyman in the house, so physically yung dapat yung mga structure, everything is safe. Like if you have the time that Matt and Jura are still young, so I make it sure that all those sharp edges are covered for safety. So that is the main thing, the electrical things, the sockets, the
Engineer kasi.
plugs, and other things. So that's the physical side. And also, not only that, but the how you organize the things, like in the kitchen, in the bedroom, and in the living room. So I make sure that everything is into proper place. And I also inform my kids that all the things are here, then my wife as well. So at least they will know where to get those things if they need it. But right now, when they grow up, so we ask them also to do the organizing by themselves and the place where they want to put it. But I'll explain to them na dapat ito maayos to, or kung nakaka-block ba to sa pathway. Dapat kasi yung sa house is may space talaga na na may co-consider. Then in nurturing the environment, so we make sure before kasi we started in sharing flat. We rented only for 1 bedroom. Wala pa nun, actually ano pa lang nun si Jhang, buntis pa lang. So when Matt came, so we are 3 now plus the yaya. So you will see the environment there. It's not really proper for a family, only in the one bedroom situation. So we're striving to plan that we can move for another place because we're considering the place and the space. So by the grace of God, so God lead us to move to another place, which is in the same area but in a bigger space. So which we can move freely as a family. So kasi napaka-importante yun na sa pamilya na especially pag may mga kids ka na they are they feel safe and hindi masyadong parang limited yung yung nakikita nila. So dapat yung space mo ay malaki at nailalabas sila. Especially sa pagka every weekend we make sure na kailangan malabas sila kasi they need to see other things like the other friends or buildings or trees, the environment ba yung so yun yung sa akin. How about you?
Lalo na dito bro, no? Parang less yung trees.
Yes.
Yes.
Puro disyerto. Building. So, sa area kasi namin puro building. So pagbaba mo roads na. So yun. Consider also that.
Kumbaga parang yung set at home and sabihin na natin location wise, it matters. But let me answer yung question, no, yung sabi mo na how we would know that we are providing the best nurturing physical and emotional environment to our children. Syempre, when you see your children happy, yun, it's an indication when they're happy, healthy of course, And healthy kasi, doon mo makikita na yung kung pag happy sila, ako kasi pag happy ang bata, healthy sila. Kasi may mga bata talaga, they rarely get sick, right? Yung iba naman, because, I mean, it's case to case because kids are all individuals and we should not really compare. And then you will see it when they are active most of the time. For us, I would say Matt and Julia are active kids. They really like doing some activities and going out. So you will see it sa mga gesture ng bata, especially yung aming mga children are as I mentioned, they are in their growing stage. So yung happiness na makikita mo sa kanila when they express it, and you will know if you have provided yung kanilang needs by seeing that they're able to express openly to you, like saying we are happy, or we are sad, or we fear, or kasi ang challenge kasi ngayon, kids got bored easily inside the house.
Yes.
So you will be seeing also it on how they communicate with you, like saying, can we do this? Can we do that? Or yun nga. So magiging evident siya dun sa behavior ng bata eh. And of course, dun sa health condition nila. Like Jayson was saying a while ago, he started saying yung safety din sa loob ng bahay, yung space. I would say space really matters because yung home setup natin, kasi when you say physical, they should have a space where they could able to move inside the house. Kasi kung sobrang sikip, sobrang gulo, it will have an impact sa bata eh. Malamang yung bata aburido lagi, or they are going to be messy, 'di ba? Kung messy yung home setup mo, and then kasi pag sinabi mong emotional environment sa home setup, you have to be very careful. Siguro di ka naman maglalagay dyan ng poster na bungo. So yung mga poster, like for example,
family pictures.
Like you, like yours, you have a family picture at behind you. So to keep it also positive and to make sure that you are nurturing their emotional environment, so you have to be very careful of what you are putting in your house. Like for us, we were taught to have a altar, altar corner. So you will have the place where you will pray together. Some, I would say, poster that reminds about family. Yung sabi nga ni Daddy Jayson, yung mga pictures, it will remind yung growing up years nila. So it's it's one of the, I would say, elements or ingredients to nurture and to ensure that you are providing the right
environment,
the right I would say space for their physical and emotional environment. Yun.
Nabanggit nyo kanina, di ba bro, katulad yan, sa Kids for Christ, alam naman natin yung mga bata talagang, nagsiserve din talaga sila at they're member of Kids for Christ. And kayo, katulad ng mga best bonding nyo about family ties, ayan yung mga family got talent. Most of them are linked to Kids for Christ, which is serving God. And you said na kanina, very important yung reminders to our kids that they're in a safe place, that it nurtures them, like yung posters, pictures, altar. Katulad nung sa altar, you pray together. Ano yun? Meron ba talaga kayong inaalat na time na kailangan nagdadasal kayo pare-parehas? Tapos parang nakakasama na ba sila? Nagsasalita na sila ng sarili nilang prayer?
Yes.
Yes.
Kasi yung age nila, like I said, at their age, 11 and 8. So, the beauty of being in the community is they are really, it's having a community, being in the community is such really a big blessing, because you have the support, support from the community. So at their younger age, even though during their toddler age, 'di ba? Most of us, 'di ba, we're bringing them to households, we're bringing them to Praise Fest. So nakikita na nila. So it's part of how we how we establish, a positive environment, 'di ba? Syempre, sabi nga natin, napakalaking impact ang nang nakikita sa atin. Kasi ang nakikita ng bata ay sa magulang ang siyang ano ba 'yon? Ano 'yon? Nakalimutan ko na, Tagalog kasi.
Nakikita ng
No
bata
sleep.
ay ang ginagawa ng matanda ay ginagaya ng bata, parang something like that. O sige, sabi nila, 𝗥𝗶𝗃𝗁𝗍 𝗥𝗍𝗐.
Yes.
Yung modeling of our behavior na gusto nating ipakita sa kanila, na what they see, that's what they do. 𝗥𝗶𝗃 𝗥𝗍𝗐.
Yes. I mean, syempre kung ano yung nakikita nila sa atin, yun yung kakalakihan nila. So, like yung sabi mo, diba, Dad, you can say what time we are, how many times do we pray together in a day?
In a day, of course, we teach them the basic, before eating. Morning first, then before eating.
Yun yung personal prayer nila in the
then
morning.
3 o'clock prayer, we are doing 3 o'clock prayer.
3 o'clock prayer.
Then family rosary in the evening, 9. Actually, I just want to add up also to my wife. This situation, this pandemic reinforced us actually. God teach us more to be more prayerful actually.
Yeah,
during the busy time before the new normal now.
Which is good, very good.
Positive, that is the positive side. You have a good...
Not COVID positive, but positive.
Good bonding. Not only with good memories, but also through praying.
Yeah.
Praying as a family. So I would agree that majority right now are praying together.
Are having more time to pray together. So, yun, siguro the good, I would say, thing that brought this pandemic to all of us is to have a quality time together with the family, and most especially yung praying together. Kasi yung pagpe-pray namin ng rosary din in the evening, which is we do it between 8 or 9, may mga alarm kami. So, alam na ng mga bata yun. So, si Matt, alam na niya na ipe-prepare na niya yung candle, yung si Kuya, then ipe-prepare na niya yung chair. Then we have this list of special intentions. So, nung una parang sabi, ba't ang haba? Siyempre, mabanggitin mo lahat yun, no? Kasi we want them to learn how to be specific in their prayers. Like for the first mystery, we are assigning it. Like, minsan matatawa ka kasi pag nag-iba yung mystery, yung isa sasabihin like, Julia, I'm always the 3rd mystery, why I'm now 5th mystery? May mga ganun-ganun pa. So, it's really a touching moment, especially when you hear them suggesting, no? Let's say, for example, we heard one of her friend, the father lost the job, and then she eventually said, Mommy, can we put their names in our special intention? So, it's a doon pa lang mafe-feel mo na, wow, you have to tap yourself as a parent that, wow, it really gives them something. You are doing we are not yet, kasi nga sabi nila,
We're not perfect.
we are not, there's no university or no, ano ba sabi nito? School for parenting. The best teacher in parenting is the experience. So because we are all individuals, so we do have individual approach as a parent. So, but when you see your children, you know, saying this, and you can see like Kuya Matt, most of our friends, we have this circle of friends from CFC that they were very amazed with Matt kasi he's very eager to do the 3 o'clock prayer, and he always wanted to lead, you know, the 3 o'clock prayer. And yung 3 o'clock prayer, hindi lang yung 3 o'clock prayer yung ginagawa namin, kundi yung chaplet of the Divine Mercy. He knows how to pray that. And yeah, so sabi nga nila kung...
Sis Jhang, kailan kayo nag-start niyan? I mean, like, kailan kayo nag-start? At what age they are na ganyan sarili na silang nagdadasal? Like, nag-head na si Matt ng prayer sa Divine Mercy?
Ano lang, siguro yung sa Divine Mercy recently, sabi ko nga, yun ang magandang na-brought nung pandemic. Yung Divine Mercy kasi nitong recent lang. Yung rosary before, I have to be very honest, yung rosary kasi we do it before every Wednesday as a family. And Wednesday and Saturday. Ngayon syempre every night na siya, every night. So, yung spontaneous prayer, they started at the age of
Kids for Christ.
Kids for Christ, when they were like 4 or 5 years old. Pero syempre, little by little, yung mga simple prayer lang. And then eventually, because they are also attending catechism, so, di ba, from attending catechism, so they learn from there as well. So, it's a combination. It's of course, I would say
parents in the church.
70% pa rin, it comes from the parents. 30% is, I would say, the teachings or the environment, like yung Kids for Christ, yung catechism. So, 30% siguro yung masasabi ko, then what they learn from school. So, ano pa rin, yung, I would say, yung way pa rin is nasa parents pa rin, di ba?
At home.
At home. It starts really from home.
Parang ang ganda nung sinabi nyo, bro. Bro Jayson, si Bro Jayson ang tatanong ko.
Ano yun siya?
Ang ganda nung sinabi. Kaya, medyo kinakabahan ata si Bro Jayson eh. Baka kung ano tumatanong ko.
Ano kasi niya, first guesting niya.
Di ako basta-basta na-interview.
Hindi ka na na-interview, ano? Kwentuhan lang to, may isipin na ini-interview. So dahil
gitara lang siya.
Sabi ni Sis Rhea, shout out sa mga lodi natin dyan.
Si Rakitera.
Mega shout out mga lodi, Bro Jayson and Sis Jhang. Hoy, yung beautiful host daw. Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Uy, si Tristan ata to. Hi, Kuya Tristan.
Si Tristan ba
Si
yan?
Bro ba to?
Sabagay,
sabi kasi ni Sis Rhea, shout out sa anak namin na makulit.
Hi,
Tristan. If you're watching, we miss you.
We miss you so much.
Mate
we love
Julia,
you.
Miss you.
Ayun.
Gusto ko lang mag-pick doon sa sa sinabi ni Sis Jhang. Nung nagpe-pray kayo and yung sa mysteries, meron kayong list of special intentions and sinusulat niyo yung mga pangalan ng mga tao, tapos yung mga kung ano yung mga intentions nila, like nawalan ng trabaho or ganyan. Tapos si Julia parang naging involved na siya, tapos na-appreciate niya na may yung kaklase ko kailangan ng help, pwede ba natin siyang i-add dun sa special intention. Na ang ganda lang nung ginagawa ninyo of involving them, of praying for other people. Kasi ang tendency sa atin, di ba? Like ako, I can say, ang ganda nung natutunan ko sa'yo doon, sa inyo, Bro Jayson and Sis Jhang, na parang kapag nagdadasal tayo, tinuturuan natin yung anak natin, pero nalilimutan natin to tell them to pray for other people. Si Rinoa kasi nakakapagdasal na siya na I pray for my family in the Philippines, ganyan, pero but it stopped there. Wala pa ako talaga yung parang listahan or anything, pero ang ganda siguro nagmagawa yan, sis, na binabasa nila na parang yung puso nila na ilalagay nila in a situation na, yung daddy ni ganyan, na wala ng work, etc. Gusto ko yan, maging takeaway. Ang ganda niyan. Thank you for sharing that, Salamat.
I would add something
Moving on, gusto ko may dagdag.
Actually, we got that from our Ninong.
Yeah, bro,
that we make a list. Because Jhang is the one there before praying for her.
Okay. Hindi, what he was trying to say, we got that idea.
To our Ninong
If you know Ninong Art and Ninang Mili Lim from CFC.
Yes.
Kasi nung Singles for Christ kasi ako, so I was still single. And then they put my name in their altar, praying for me to have, di ba we call our boyfriend and girlfriends God's gift. So I got that habit from them. Like, you have to put, your special intentions. And then, sis, di ba, if you remember, we also do this in our household, di ba? Start of the year, we do have this prayer box, di ba? Then we write our prayer or intention for the year. Yeah. For us, we used to do, we share that to our household. Like every year at the start of the year, diba, we put what's your heart desire for this, let's say for 2020, for yourself, for your family, and for someone, for others, not for you alone, but for others. Yun yung gusto niyang sabihin, na kung saan ko nakuha yung idea na yon. So pasa-pasa lang, no? Parang minamana lang.
Oo, like ngayon napakinggan ko siya, sis. Napakinggan ko siya. Although alam ko yun kasi ginagawa yan ni na mama pero not including my kids.
Okay.
Parang hindi ko sila na-include in that habit, which is very important talaga na isama natin sila. Kanina binanggit mo many times, Sis Jhang, about having a positive home. 'Di ba? Sinasabi mo yung positive environment, ganyan. Parang nakapag-share ka na kanina na ito yung mga ginagawa nyo about safety environment na ipino-provide nyo sa inyong anak. Paano pa ba? Ano pa yung maidadagdag ninyo? How to make sure that you are giving a positive atmosphere and positive home sa inyong mga anak?
Okay.
Ano pa yung iba nyong mga ginagawa?
Okay. We have this another ingredient that
talaga, parang
that is really
siya.
important.
Parang nagluluto siya. Wish ko lang nagluluto siya.
Kanina parang halaman lang yung pamilya. Ngayon parang ulam na niluluto, no? Na kailangan para maging masarap, may ingredient.
Anong ingredient natin dyan?
So, ang pinaka-ingredient is
ano yan?
Appreciation. Your words of appreciation inside the house. The positive words. Encouragement, of course. Very important yung encouragement. Then, avoid the negativity. Only positive.
Bawal ma-high blood. Bawal ma-HB.
And especially...
Parang may hugot ka doon, Dad. Parang may hugot siya doon. Kasi parang ako yata yung laging...
Para kay Sis Jhang ba yan? O para sa mga advices mo?
Para din sa akin. Because minsan kasi rin yung voice ko tumataas din. Siyempre tayo, but we have to control it, especially when you're inside the house. Don't bring your work at home. Yung kung ano yung pressure mo sa office.
Sa akin talaga yung hugot no? Don't bring your work at home. Wow. Okay, fine.
Pero ako, work from home ako, ha?
May work from home lahat ngayon.
Okay, hindi pa ako pumapasok So,
baliktad na. He's working already from home. I'm already working in the office.
Dinala ko sa bahay.
So, hugot ngayon.
So, and another thing is feeling of being valued at home. Not especially the kids. So we make sure na they are feel valued. And yung respect, of course, respect for one another. Not because that we are parents, I'm the father,
Ayan.
the son, and the kids. So we make sure that we respected our kids also. And we listen to them. Listening is very important. Like what we have discussed. Tinatamaan ka ba? Tinatamaan din ako. Sorry. No, while we are taking our breakfast, so that's our discussion because later is a good topic for Kids for Christ. So we just give them...
Dahil may Kids for Christ tayo mamaya.
Advance lang. Advance.
Pinlag na rin eh. No? Pinlag. Kids for Christ po.
So we tell them that when you're listening, you should not listen only by your ears.
By your...
by your heart. Right? Because if you remove the two words in front and in the last part of the heart, only ears, right? That's why heart, the middle part, there is ear. So you should listen by ears and heart as well. So ganun dapat sa house.
Siguro add ko lang din doon sa doon sa sinabi ni Daddy Jayson is when you say kasi positive, it's not like it doesn't mean that it will nangyari sa'yo, sis?
Na-disconnect ako.
So,
nag-explain ka pa rin ba?
Hindi na, si Jayson
na.
Si Jayson, tapos na. Gusto mo mag-recap ako?
Recap mo yung heart. I-recap niya lang yung heart.
Jayson was saying about,
how we
Sino yan? Si Esa. Hello, Esa. How are you?
Why you do TV?
Ano daw?
Continue ka lang. Bakit ko daw pinatayo yung TV? Saglit lang. Continue lang, sis. Nakikinig ako sa'yo.
As Jayson was saying, is to keep a positive, how do we keep a positive atmosphere at home? Yun nga, sabi niya yung pagbibigay ng appreciation, affirmation to our kids, not only to our spouses, encouragement. Then and the last part, he mentioned about yung listening. Yung listening is one, I would say, key factor. Kasi it draws everything to communication, sis eh. Communication. Kumbaga, you have to listen from the heart. Sabi nga niya, di ba, heart. When you spell the heart, ano yung nasa tatlong letter na nasa gitna ng heart? Ear. So you have to listen to your children from the heart. Sa akin naman kasi siguro because I'm a more on a communication. Siguro dahil yun ang course ko, no, communication arts. So sa akin talaga I'm a very, you know that well, I'm very vocal. Kasi pag sinabing atmosphere ay positive, di mo naman pwedeng sabihin, bawal magalit, bawal ganito, diba? We are all human. So, sa akin lang, you have to, yun nga, diba, we were taught also in the community to, like for example, when we need to correct them, we need to do it in a loving way. Like especially, siguro pinaka-challenge kasi natin as parents yung pagdidisiplina sa anak, 'di ba? Ako I make sure that I'm very vocal to my kids kasi I expect them to do the same. Like for example, if I got angry, I would say I'm upset. I'm not happy of what you have done, but you have to keep reminding your children that even though you get angry, you will always love them. Kasi yun lagi kong sinasabi sa kanila. And nakakatuwa kasi, katulad last night, no, I got a little bit upset because the two kids, if you're watching, hello, Matt and Julia, if you're watching, you know this, hindi sila behave well during our rosary time. So I got a little bit upset. So this morning, Julia was saying, sinasabi, binubulong niya sa akin, sabi niya sa akin, "Mommy, are you still angry to me?" And then she told me that, "Remember, you told me even though you get angry, you still love us." So, it's an indication that they understand that even though sometimes we got upset or we got disappointed dun sa mga bagay na nagawa nilang hindi tama, they need to understand that we as parents, we are there to always understand and forgive them. Then yun nga, yung affirmation, no? Yung encouragement, affirm them when they do good things inside the house, appreciate it, say always that, job well done, you appreciate it. You always remind them that they are God's gift to us, that they add flavor and spices in our family. Yun. Food na naman. Parang nagugutom na kami.
Pag COVID talaga, kain ng kain.
Kain ng kain na, exercise yung... Ano sis? Saan ka na naman napunta, sis? Wala kami marinig. Hindi namin ikaw marinig.
Nandito lang ako, ang mahalaga, marinig ng mga nanonood yung mga sinasabi nyo kasi marami silang matututunan. Ito lang talagang connection, medyo nadi-disconnect. Pero by God's grace, magiging maayos din to. So kung nawawala ako, basta sabihin nyo lang yung magagandang bagay sa kanila. At least, nakikinig sila, hindi ako. Sorry, nadi-disconnect.
Akala namin kami yung nadi-disconnect.
Oo, pasalita.
Kasi salita kami ng salita, hindi pala, hello, hindi po kami.
Ako lang pala.
Okay pa ba?
Okay pa ba? Or ano?
Okay naman. Gusto ko lang mag-good morning dun sa mga dumaan. Sabi ni Sis Rhea ulit, virtual hug. Ano yung elbow cuff? Yun, ganon. Sabi ni Sis Karen, "Oy, advance happy birthday, Kuya Man.
Thank you.
Great to see you." And Julia Grossly. Wow. Then, sabi dito ni Sis Rhea, suka at toyo daw kasi parang nagluluto na tayo eh.
So, may
ako yung toyo.
Uy!
Ikaw yung maasim daw, Sis Jhang. Sabi ni Sis Karen, shout out to Kids for Christ. True.
See you later.
Parang si Sis Karen, si Kids for Christ, huwag kayong malalate.
Oo. Konting minutes na lang to, sis. Konting minutes na lang.
Ano naman yun? 2:30 pa naman.
Sabi niya, join ka sis KFC Parents Forum mamaya for more recap on importance of listening. Wow. Listening from the heart. Yan. Sabi niya, hello sis Rhea Mamshi. May mga pa-shoutout na sila doon, no? Nagkikwentuhan sila habang nakikinig kayo. Thank you for tuning in.
Salamat.
Napakaganda kasi ng kwentuhan. Alam mo yon, yung parang it just reminds us that our family and our home is our safe haven. 'Di ba? Na dapat maramdaman nila yon. And yung mga negative talks towards them and towards others should be a big no-no to us. Maraming guilty as charged pa tayo dyan, pero at least we know and we're in the right path or trying our home to be a positive home.
Amen.
Yan. Sige nga, tanong ako, Sis Jhang, may mga instances ba na na-observe nyo si Julia at si Matt na parang they're stressed in their...
Parang na ang connection ni Sis Malu. I think what she's trying to ask is dahil
Is there a time?
Ano ba?
If our kids feel that they are stressed.
Are there any instances that you have observed your child is expressing stress due to the environment they are into? How does an environment...
Nandiyan pa kayo?
Ayun.
Parang nawala ba kami, sis? Kami ba yung nawala?
Ako yung nawawala. Magba-back up ako dito ha. So pag nawala ako,
Sa
meron
cellphone.
na akong backup na phone.
Ayan.
Okay.
Magko-connect ako dyan. Sige, yung tanong ko na lang. Narinig nyo siguro, baka hindi ko natapos. Yun, kapag ka may mga instances na hindi nyo nami-meet yung needs nila, that's causing them stress. Tapos parang hindi niya maintindihan, hindi niya ma-express yung sarili niya. May mga ganun bang instances yung si Matt at si Julia?
Meron. I mean, madami. I mean, hindi ko I cannot say stress talaga
hindi
eh.
naman
Kumbaga
stress.
parang yung pinaka-common kasi yung boredom, yung
tatampo lang.
bored, yung gano'n, yung nagtatampo sila. And then, yun nga, you really need to explain to them why there are such things, no, na not all the time everything will kumbaga hindi lahat kasi ng I would say kasi they have to understand what is needs between needs and wants, parang sa atin ding mga adults, no, kasi yung common kasi na pinanggagalingan nung sinasabi nating stress or boredom is during the time na pag meron silang gusto, tas hindi natin nabibigay or na pagbibigyan. So we really need to have one-on-one, I would say, discussion with them. We should not assume that pag sinabi nating actually we should avoid saying no. Instead, we have to say not this time. Not this time. Oh, smile ka daw dyan, bro Jayson. Masyado ka seryoso, Dad. Diyos ko. Yung asawa ko, ewan ko.
Okay.
Ayun. Masyadong tong asawa ko.
Mag-add lang ako doon sinabi ni Mami dyan. So, tama yung pagiging bored actually sa bahay. Yun lang naman yung nakikita kong parang nagkakaroon sila ng hindi naman little stress siguro. Because not all the time, especially now, na nasa bahay lang sila, we cannot bring them outside because of the situation. That's why, inside the house, we should be very creative. How we can give them tasks na para mawala yung kanilang pagka-bored. So, yung mga tasks na they can enhance their skills physically and also mentally.
Yes.
So, yun yung medyo challenging talaga. Pero we tried to do it. Then, also siguro yung considering the weather. Like before, when we are staying sa flat lang, so we cannot bring them down. Kasi road na yung nasa baba eh. So, anong gagawin? It's very dangerous yung mga bata na nasa pagbaba mo, kalsada na, puro mga sasakyan. So,
kumbaga parang to sum it up, yung kasi yung pinaka-common kasi na nagiging nature ng stress or boredom nila is yung, like for us, as I mentioned before, having an active kids, kasi Matt and Julia are active kids. So, compared to other kids, kasi may mga bata kasi na they are contented with reading books, doing art crafts at home. So madali silang contented na sila doon. Not like our kids, Matt and Julia are very active. They really wanna do sports. They really wanna do some interaction activities. So pag hindi sila nakalabas, sabihin natin hindi sila nakalabas, or pag yun lang yung ginagawa, yun na lang ginagawa namin sa loob ng, lalo na tong lockdown. Pero I'm so grateful that during the lockdown, I would say that we didn't experience them, yung kasi syempre yung mga friends namin, nag-share sila na na-experience nila yung mga anak nila, nagtatantrums, nagko-complain, and we are so grateful because for Matt and Julia, we didn't heard any complaints from them. Aside from, they were very happy because we were all together at home. It's just a challenge talaga na you have to be creative in doing things like during the lockdown, we have done a lot of board games. So, ayun, I would say, board games, old games, lahat ng old games. Kumbaga, yung nakakatuwa doon, nagpiko kami sa loob ng bahay. Imaginein mo yon. Doon sa balkonahin namin. Buti na lang noong time na yon yung sa old house namin, malaki yung balcony. So, na-appreciate namin. Doon kami nagpiko. So, nagpiko kami doon. Kung pwede nga lang butasin yung nun, magjojolen din kami. So, tapos, I would say talaga sa mga parents who are having the same age of children, you need to invest more on, you have to identify what is their really need. Kasi yung need versus what they really want. Kasi like, for example, choosing toys, I would say to invest more on board games that you can play with them, like Scrabble, Monopoly. Yung Monopoly, nakuha namin yan sa Marcos family. So we got that idea. Then Mastermind game. Then when we went home to Philippines, we bought the sungka. Naglalaro ka pa ba ng sungka? So yun.
Boy, I like that.
May sungka kaming game. And then, ano pa yung mga board games natin dyan? Meron kaming Scrabble. May Scrabble na tayo. Scrabble nga, Monopoly, Master Game. Tapos, meron kaming sungka. And then, meron kaming maliit na, parang yung billiards. So, alam mo yun, it's another factor. That's why, kami then, when they have birthdays, if the ninongs or the ninangs, titos, diba, they usually ask, ano yung magandang gift, ganon. So we usually ask them, it's either something that they can use or board games or books, yon. So I think that's one fact that you can help them to overcome the stress. Kasi yung stress, nagagaling siya sa boredom. Yung pag na-bored sila, lalo na pag yung, di ba, yung idle mind, especially Matt, he's a very active kid, so madali siyang magsawa. Kahit nga sa pinapanood And as much as possible, siguro na rin namin, ipasok na rin namin yung paano namin nalilimit yung gadgets, use of electronics.
Yes. Oo, gusto ko itanong yan.
Yan. So, kasi, you really need to be, sabi ko nga ang challenge ng parents dito to be creative. Ako daw creative, pero naging creative ako. Tapos yung structuring schedule at home. It's very, very, I would say, effective. It's very, very helpful. So, Dad, explain mo.
So, I'll explain yung about limiting the use of electronic gadgets. Actually, there are good and advantage actually and disadvantage of using it. But in our case, we are trying to limit the time for them to use
Screen
it.
Time.
So in a day, they have to use their gadget only for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Then we have this family schedule, especially now the kids are on vacation, right? So we ask their inputs also to have our schedule.
Pinakita yung schedule.
So,
pwede nyo ba i-share yan? Sana i-share. I-share nyo nga yan, Sis Jhang.
Kasi we have done this last year. Actually. Kasi you can do that in a good way kasi they have their participation. So their value is
you have to involve them in the planning.
Yeah.
Actually, itong schedule, we did it for the last 2 years, especially pag summer. So, yun, you have to put up a family schedule talaga. Lalo na ngayon, combination na yung mainit, tapos at the same time, ano ba to? Yun, tapos may lockdown pa rin, hindi pa rin masyadong naglalabas yung mga bata. So you have to make a schedule, which is like Jayson said, you have to involve them in the planning. Kasi you have to be open if they have suggestions, kung anong gusto nilang gawin, and then you will agree on it, and then you will tell them that we have to follow this with respect and love. So if there are gonna be changes, you have to discuss it agad. You have to rediscuss it with them. So hindi ka pwedeng kumbaga, sinasabi nila, I remember this with my father, walang martial law sa bahay na yung pag in-implement mo lang, sundin mo. So, kailangan, you have to involve them in the planning. Do you agree that this is the time that you can only hold your phone? This is the time only that you need to rest. Kasi katulad niyan, meron kami tinatawag na brain time. So, learning activities, kumbaga, they can read the book or do some art crafts or draw or learn, write a journal. Pag sinabi naming free time, it's your free time. You can do anything what you want. Like, if you want to watch TV, if you want, but limited lang talaga. It's like 30 minutes to 1 hour. Then, yun nga, yung challenge, you have to be creative. Like, we set up like, sabi ko kay Jayson, the kids are very blessed because their father is good in instrument, so we don't need to pay.
Okay, yeah.
Ayun, yung mga, we don't need to pay online classes because they have their dad.
You maximize the talent.
So you maximize the talent. If you have the talent in music, then teach your kids. Ask them, are you interested learning it? As you know, Julia is very good in playing the ukulele. She started playing now the guitar and a little bit of organ, piano. Nag-start na rin sila. So yun, while Matt, he's si Matt kasi more on sports, so silang dalawa nagte-training din sila for some time. So you have to make a schedule. And another thing that I could share, like you have to encourage them to do such a bucket list. Kasi I encourage them this summer. Sabi ko, what is your bucket list for this summer? So at least 3. So, ang bucket list is learn how to drive a bike. So they have learned how to bike now. They have done it for 2 to 3 days. Natuto na silang magbike, but because not every kids here knows how to bike, so we were joking with them, like, if you learn how to bike, it's additional skills for you. So maybe in time I can ask you to go to the Carrefour. Punta ka na doon sa tindahan. Kasi di ba nang panahon natin punta ka doon sa tindahan, bumili ka na, di ba? Mga bata kasi dito I would say our challenge here compared to our generation is street smart. Our kids here, ano bang generation na ng mga anak natin? May millennials, may Generation X. Anong generation?
Ano na ba sila? Z? Generation Z?
Generation Z. So,
tayo X.
Tayo, ano ba tayo? Generation X ba tayo?
Oo.
So, yun. Yung pinaka-latest namin is yung 3, make a bucket list. Realistic bucket list. 3, sabi ko, learn how to bike. So, do they have an Arabic, di ba? Arabic class. So, sabi ko, learn how to speak fluent Arabic para advance sila sa next school year. And 3rd is, learn something new. So, through this, nagkakaroon sila ng interest sa ibang bagay. So, you are eliminating you are, hitting 2 birds in 1 stone. You are driving driving them to be more, I would say, to enhance their skills, their talents. At the same time, you are driving them to eliminate, not really eliminate, but to minimize the attachment dun sa gadgets, electronics, TV, so yung social media. So, again, it's a challenge sa parents na maging creative talaga, that kayo as a husband and wife, you really need to find you have to sit down together and talk about it, and do some research, or i-combination mo yung generation natin noon, kasi you have to assess yourself. Anong natutunan ko ba nung bata ko, alam ba nila yon? I learned how to bike, so I told them, like, let's teach them how to bike. I know how to cook rice at the age of 8. Sis, natuto ka ba mag...
Gano'n, diba? 11 years old ata ako, 10.
So, yeah. Tapos yung iba ngayon, diba, you are planting. So, everyone is into planting right now. So, involve your kids. Teach them how to plant. But when you encourage them to learn things, you have to explain to them kung anong magigain nila doon. Then you will be able to compare what will you gain if you learn this, and what will you gain out of spending your time in the gadgets. So, syempre, you cannot say directly, no, this one should be, it's very parang dictator ang dating. So, you have to explain.
Martial law na nga.
Martial law, no? Kumbaga parang you have to explain. Like, for example, yung pinakaano namin sa kanila recently is the reason why we are guiding you to yung sa gadgets is we don't want you to damage your eyes. Kasi sabi ko sa kanila, look at me, I started wearing eyeglasses when I was like 23. Julia is already 8 years old. She started wearing eyeglasses since last year. Because I think here in UAE, it's very common to have this right lazy eye because of the gadgets, because of watching TV, stressing
space.
Limited space, actually.
Limited space.
Hindi sila nakakalabas, yes.
Yeah. So, you have to explain for them, for us to be aware. Kasi kung ang approach natin is, hindi pwede, bawal yan, tanggalin mo yan, no everything. Pero hindi ba nila naiintindihan? Parang, so it's like, you yourself, you will cause them stress. Kasi hindi nila naiintindihan why are you limiting them on this, let's say, in gadget or screen time. Yun.
Correct. Itanong ko nga, katulad ng binanggit ni Bro kanina, in terms of, 'di ba, sa mga games, ayan, ang dami kong napulot dyan sa mga shinare nyong games kanina. Actually, nagawa na namin yung naglaro kami ng 10-20 dito sa bahay. Tinuruan namin sila. Nagkataon na may garter kami, so nag-10-20 kami sa bahay. So, tapos mahilig sila sa Lego, so nagbi-build kami ng Lego. So ito, katulad nito, siguro at the age of Reno and Isa, medyo alangan pa sila sa mga ganitong games. Pero at the age of Julia and Matt, like 8 and 11, napakaganda po nitong mga suggestion ni Bro Jayson and Sis Jhang. Yung board games, masterminds, Scrabble, Monopoly, ayan, nakapost dyan. Pwede natin gawin, especially this lockdown, na magkaroon tayo ng, aside from playing, you're having bonding with our kids. Ito yung opportunity talaga na kakaroon tayo ng quality time sa kanila. Yung sabi ni Bro, si Matt kasi mahilig sa sports, 'di ba? Naaalala ko talaga, yan si Bro Jayson, isa to sa mahilig talaga mag-basketball eh. Nako, napakagaling sa basketball nito. Pwede mo ba i-share? At the volleyball, at nako si Sis Jhang din volleyball. Napaka-sporty na, napaka-talented pa nitong mag-asawa na to. Meron ba kayong pinagdadalan sa kanila na dati before the lockdown, na para makapag-practice o ikaw lang nagtuturo sa kanila ng sports?
Okay, so sa basketball, so syempre, we have to be a role model first, no? So I'm bringing Matt to my games muna. So watch muna siya. So by the time that he decided na I want to play also. So yun, tinuruan ko siya a little bit about dribbling and shooting a little bit kasi bata pa siya, mga 3 years old, 4 years old. Then we decided to bring him sa basketball clinic. So
Ilan taon yun, bro?
4. 4, no?
Hindi, no. Ano pa lang?
4 and a half.
Magpa-5.
Kasi mahirap din pag sobrang... Actually, pwede naman bata pa. So, mahirapan siya doon sa bola. So, may papahawak naman sa kanilang bola. So, we decided to bring to Skywalker. Kasi meron dito basketball clinic. So, he started 5 years old. Then until 7 or 8. So, yun. Maraming mga bata rin kasi na pupunta. So, mas magandang venue siya para to mingle with other kids, magkaroon ng mga friends. Not only yung circle of friends niya sa Kids for Christ. So, yun. Aside from that, na-enhance yung skills niya sa basketball. Then, follow up from my side. So, pag may time, sinasama ko siya, nag-basketball kaming dalawa. While,
saan, bro? Malapit sa inyo, somewhere?
Either dito sa Merdip sa likod dati or sa Abuhay.
World Trade. Tapos diba pag summer, diba, yung World Trade.
Yan, sa World Trade Center.
Bukas din siya. So,
doon, pwede rin. Kasi 4 kami lumalabas. Then, yung mami tsaka si Julia, naglalakad or nagja-jogging while we are doing...
Pag sa park. Siguro, i-ano ko lang din. Kasi, syempre, kasi siguro yung kay Matt, the good thing with Matt is they have a common interest yung sa sports. Siguro dahil nga nakita niya kay Daddy Jayson, naglalaro talaga siya. Ako naman, Julia, just to, to cite out the difference. Diba kasi ako talaga, ang sports ko din talaga is volleyball. So, correct. I introduced volleyball to Julia. But all of a sudden, because you cannot insist sometimes. You can introduce, but you should not insist kasi babalik naman tayo sa martial law. Kumbaga parang you have to ask them what they really like. Siguro kasi yung meron din ako mga friends na paano yun? Kasi minsan ini-introduce mo, tapos gagawin to, tapos mawawala yung interest, tapos iba na naman. Like for Julia, I've introduced volleyball, and then tinuruan, ganon, she got interested, but she's really into swimming. She really likes swimming. So baby pa lang kasi siya, siguro when she was 3 years old, she really learned how to swim. So, talaga yung so kung yun ang gusto, you have to support them. I'm not a swimmer. I'm a volleyball player, but swimming talaga yung gusto, di dun mo siya you have to connect. Kasi yung magagamit mo yung, the way to connect to them is to know what are their likes, their interests, their dreams. So, Julia is into swimming, then recently she likes boxing. Nakita mo, diba?
Yes.
Nagbaboxing siya na nakadress.
Kaya nga. So,
you have to support them. You have to support them in a way na it's showing to them that they are freely to decide on their own. Kasi may mga, I have nothing against with other parents na, let's say, if they are, let's say, a tennis player or say a golf player, and they want their kids to be like that, then if the kids shows interest, why not, diba? Kasi may parents din talaga na, yan, kasi yan yung gusto ko. Paano yung gusto nila? Diba? Ako, I really wanted Julia to be a volleyball player. Kasi yung pagiging athlete, we always tell them that becoming an athlete or good in sports will also help you to your studies to take scholarship. Mahal magpaaral eh. So, tinuturuan na rin din namin sila maging practical. Unti-unti. Diba?
Very good, Hitting two birds talaga.
Kasi like their dad, pag nag-ausap kami from the past kasi PUP siya, no? 500 lang yung kanyang tuition. Ako kailangan ko pang sumali ng varsity para bumaba yung tuition fee ko. Kasi syempre, 'di ba, when you are pag varsity ka, may mga percentage, 'di ba? Lalo na kung star player ka, di ikaw ay scholar. So, you have to let them understand that their talent and their skills will bring them to to somewhere. It will be their it will be their support, and also of praying. Syempre, nandun yung pagpe-pray.
Sinasabi rin namin sa kanila na talents came from God, so we have to
enhance and share it
to other people.
Ayun.
True. Ang ganda, gusto ko lang i-highlight yun yung mga sinabi nyo about all your sharing din talaga. It's our responsibility as parent is introducing them in so many things Ano yung so many things? It can be either positive or negative. Kanina, we have focused on how you introduce God to them. Bringing them to community, praying with them, not only for themselves, but also for other people. Tapos, like this, napaka-importante kasi of bringing them into a good environment is introducing them to good models, good inspirations. Parang in your family, parang katulad natin, parang kung gusto mong sumayaw, sino ba ang mga sikat na singer, kunyari, Ləya Salonga. Ipapakilala mo si Ləya Salonga para masabing, ito yung maging model mo. Kasi habang may inspirasyon ka, you tend to improve yourself kapag inaay mo tong tao na to. Parang in your family, when you're introducing something, hindi na kayo lumalayo You introduce yourself to them.
Yeah.
You introduce, I'm your father, I'm good at guitar, I'm good at basketball, tapos si Jhang good at singing, good at volleyball. Parang, I'm introducing this to you, tapos, pero, nandun pa rin yung parte na hindi mo pwedeng pilitin yung bata kung ano yung path na gusto nila. You introduce, gusto ko talaga itong ipakita, you can introduce but you cannot insist.
Yeah.
Parang hindi mo sila pwedeng pilitin kung ano sila. It's our part to bring them good things, pero pag inilatag mo na sa kanila yan, sila na yung pinibigyan mo ng opportunity to think, to decide for themselves, lalo na at their age. Sa akin, medyo alanganin pa dahil maliit-liit pa. Pero nung na-inspire ako, sinabi ni Bro Jayson na at the age of 3, 4, si Matt nagbabasketball na. Gusto ko rin gawin yun ni Isa. So kung nanonood ka, Mark, yung asawa ko, sabi ni Bro Jayson, nood muna ng NBA, tapos dribbling, tapos laro na kayo. Napakaganda. I really like it.
Alam mo ba kung sinong role model? Alam mo ba kung sinong role model naman sa basketball?
Okay, sino?
Si Kobe.
Si Kobe. That's why he felt so bad when Kobe.
Kaya nalulungkot kami.
Sila pala. Sila.
Di ba, bro? Bro Jayson, you agree, no? It really matters yung meron ka mga taong ipinapakilala na ito, magaling to. Not only dun sa sports, pero may behind yun Anong background ng tao Di ba? Family-oriented, parang God-oriented, ganyan. So, as parents, yung mga nanonood, sana, gayahin yung ginagawa ni na Bro Jayson tsaka si Jhang. One part of bringing good environment sa ating pamilya is introducing them sa mga bagay na pwede nilang dalhin at maging inspirasyon habang lumalaki sila. Very nice. I love it. Sis Jhang, Bro Jayson, gusto ko to tanungin bago syempre matapos yung atin tong parenting series episode 4 na ito. Gusto ko lang malaman if there's any big decision that you have made to make sure na you're bringing best environment kay Julia at kay Matt. Tapos pagsagot nyo dyan, pwede nyo nang idiretso, ano yung mga tips nyo sa mga parents on how to create positive atmosphere sa ating bahay, sa ating tahanan?
Okay. Ano ba yung biggest decision? Siguro sa bahay.
Parehas kami sa about the decision making in biggest. Siguro yung financial side. Kasi
Financial? Bakit? Anong financial?
Financial
Joke lang.
No,
Ah,
we try to adjust on the financial side because we want to give our kids a good environment and space because our family is getting bigger. So before kasi yun nga, from one bedroom to
Hindi, sharing flat muna.
sharing flat, then we
Partition
transfer to
lang po kami. Sa partition lang po kami nag-start.
to 2 bedrooms, small 2 bedroom. Then we transfer to 1 bedroom but bigger size. Then currently we decided to move here in our new place, which is like a community, which is really, we can feel that we are actually at home. It's like in the Philippines. So we have our neighbors, we can walk on the road really without thinking of na basta safe kami dun sa ano. Tapos there are things that we can do here, the amenities. So that's we consider. Then we try to look on our budget if we can try to meet it. So by God's grace, we can. So we have decided it because from the previous flat, even though we have prayed for it, actually every time naman na malilipat kami, we are trying to ask guidance from God on our decision kasi that is more important. But ayun nga, God lead us here, and I believe that He granted our prayers na yun nga, dito na kami magstay sa bagong which is napaka peaceful,
refreshing. Simple. Ano ba yan? Simple life.
Simple lang naman.
Siguro what I would add to sa sinabi ni Jayson, kasi di ba ang question is, what a big decision you made to make sure you are providing the best environment your child needs. When you say kasi environment, it starts really from home. So I know that of course we have to consider also not everyone, not all families or couples will have the capacity or financial capacity to have their own place. So what we are trying to say as parents, kasi like Jayson shared, yung buhay namin dito sa UAE, talagang galing din kami talaga sa yun nga, sa shared flat. We started really we face a lot of I would say hard times. So yung big decision doon is yung how yung finances, kasi we as parents, we really need to, yun nga, like I keep on saying, we really need to identify kung ano ba yung mas importante na i-provide natin sa mga anak natin at kung ano talaga yung mas kailangan nila. Kasi minsan kasi may times na we keep on providing a lot of material things to them, but we overlook yung mga bagay talaga na it really, I would say, more important. Kasi para sa amin, comparing our life, how we started our life, living in a partition, then moving to our new place, which is talagang pinaghirapan namin, naghigpit kami ng sinturon, we check our finances, and then with Jayson that time, I really recall, I pushed him like to find a better job that will provide housing allowance for us so we could able to have our own place. But yet again, for those families, parents who are not really in having I would say meron lang kayong certain budget, so you don't really need to, what we really like to just make sure that when you choose your place to live, you should always consider the welfare of your children, not only for your yung kasi minsan and intentionally we are self-centered. Kasi ako that time, like Jayson was saying, we live in 𝗣𝗏𝗏. So because I want to be really very close from my work, dahil nga kung saan mas malapit yung trabaho and everything. And then eventually we move out from that area, and we decided to move here in 𝗤𝗏𝗏 kasi we came to a point na inisip namin na this is not about us eh. Kumbaga, it's about our children. Saan ba sila yung mas magiging komportable? Aside from the main reason why we moved to this place is because yung budget namin sa bahay. Kasi nga yung dati naming bahay hindi nagbaba ng rent. So lumipat kami dito. But again, it's somehow that when you are establishing a family, when you're making a decision and you have children, you have always to think of their, sino ba ang mas magbe-benefit? Tayo ba o yung mga anak natin? Kasi, I think that's the one big role challenge for us as a parent. So we need to sacrifice a lot of things, like I've said, sa finances, dahil kailangan namin talagang iunahin kung ano yung mas kailangan ng mga bata. Dati, imagine from a shared partition to a one-bedroom flat to a two-bedroom flat. So, it matters. Makikita nyo yung difference kasi ngayon lagi nga hina-highlight namin yung about sa space. But again, for those na talagang merong limitation in terms of, I would say, budget sa bahay, at least yung ma-make sure nyo lang na maayos, organized, they have their own space, yung may privacy sila, simple lang. It doesn't really matter kung hindi kailangan mamahalin yung mga gamit or whatsoever. So, yun yung isang factor isang decisions that we made to make sure that we are providing the best environment for our children. Then, a second one is, yung isa ding, di ba, is before we do have Angel at home. We call it Angel, si ate, yung helper namin sa bahay. When they were kids, I would say we were blessed that we had the capacity to have a support, additional support at home. But in 2016, when both of them are into school already, Matt and Julia were already in school. So we decided na to let her go. Kasi, and which is already we already planned it ahead na sinabi namin kay ate na kapag by the time na pareho ng pumapasok yung dalawa, if she planned also and she has the intention to find a new work which is hindi na sa bahay, we will support her. So by God's grace, she's working in a school already as a teacher assistant. And then what we could say is unlocking challenge. It was a big decision because we are both working full-time. And imagine, nasanay ka ng merong help or support from the house, and then eventually kayo na lang. So of course, the first 6 months was really a challenge for us because we have to be
full-time
hands-on to our children. But eventually, we survive. Praise God, we're able to overcome it. So, and the good thing about it is our children learn to be responsible. So they fix their own bed. They have to take a bath on their own already. We already set some household chores with them, like Matt and alternatively, Matt and Julia knows how to set the table, to put the laundry in the laundering machine, to wash the dishes, and yun. But then, we clean the house together, and they know how to fix their own things, to organize their things. So that is a big adjustment and a big decision that we made as well for the children. That na nagkaroon naman ng magandang nagkaroon naman ng magandang impact sa aming family, because they become more responsible, independent, and I would say more caring about their environment, because we taught them how to take ownership of their personal belongings, to take care of their belongings, kasi value the things that they have. So it's a two things that we could share. That's our the biggest one of the decisions that we made in our family journey. Yung asawa ko masyado talaga seryoso. Nakakainis.
Oo nga, but very nice, Thank Grabe, big decision talaga yan.
Mag-listener siya ako. Naka 3,000 words na.
Ilang words per minute
Naka 3,000 words na ako. Siya naka 300 lang yata.
Si Bro Jayson kasi talaga, into action talaga yan.
Amen.
Ay nasa relationship between husband and wife, and most especially sa mga anak, diba?
Teamwork. I do the talking, he does the action.
The action, yes, diba? Kaya very big decision talaga yung ginawa nyo, ha, in terms of financially, ganyan, just to provide yung best environment and safe environment sa inyong mga anak, and safety space talaga, na makakagalaw sila, katulad niya, nakalipat na kayo sa magandang lugar na alam nyong it's like a community na pwede silang explore. Isa yan sa napakalaking desisyon na kailangan gawin ng mga magulang, yung isipin kung saan natin palalakihin yung mga anak natin. Yan. Okay lang ba bago tayo matapos? Any tips pa to our parents that you want to share on how to create a positive atmosphere sa ating bahay? Anything you want? I know ang dami na, pero alam ko marami pa kayong pwedeng i-share.
Siguro yung idadagdag ko lang, I would add yung sa family. So you have to value yung each member of the family. Not only your father, your mother, your kuya, your bunso.
Yeah, you have to explain their roles. Their roles in the family.
And you value them.
Yeah. You have to explain the roles. What is the role of the father? What is the role of the mother? What is the role of a kuya? And the bunso. Yun.
At saka, yung teamwork. Laging dapat involve ang lahat.
You don't need, you have to make sure.
Kahit bata pa sila, or 3 years old, 4
don't
years old.
underestimate your children.
We learned that in KFC.
Don't underestimate your children.
Kahit maliit lang sila.
Oo.
So, you will be amazed. They will contribute.
Another thing naman from my side is, don't forget, yun nga yung apart from, kasi we talk about faith, we talk about yung sa environment, social environment, and it draws also more on the family side. Yung respect, yung pinaka-isa yung respect is lagi nating yan. Kasi the challenge here right now is we are living in and abroad, and unfortunately, yung values natin as Filipinos are fading away. Like the use of opo and po. So, I think we really need, as parents, we really need to work it out to maintain whatever the good values as Filipinos we have. Yun nga, yung paggamit ng yung pagiging magalang. And for us, we ask our children, like, kasi meron na silang, since nung nag-start yung distance learning, we gave them their own phone, as in phone. But with minimal. So, they have
No
their
social
own,
media.
they walang social media. Meron silang WhatsApp, and we have this group chat. Na group chat namin as a family, then we have a group chat with their grandparents, with their lolo and lola. So I told them, kasi nga di ba meron silang schedule, so I told them you have to communicate with your grandparents, you send them videos, you send them hi, hello, because we need still to instill, you know, the essence of respecting our elders, like the lolos and lolas, diba? Yung essence nila, whether they are physically aware, away, miles away from us, we need to connect them. Kasi ako, lagi kong motto yan sa aking buhay. Pag gusto, may paraan. Pag ayaw, maraming dahilan. So yung communication kasi, ano yan eh, it's a key to every relationship, corporate, family, friendship, lovers. So, yung communication,
couples.
Keeping in touch, couples.
Lovers.
So, yung lovers no? Lovers, very important siya. So, kasi, di ba, ang struggle din ng mga Filipinos right now, nagko-communicate lang pag may problema. So, let's eliminate that attitude. Yung maging good example tayo sa ating mga anak. Kasi, sila Matt and Julia, sabi ko, you have your phone in your hands. Can you send a message to your lolo and to your lola saying, hi, hello? Mostly voice message. Kasi sinabi namin sa kanila na, you know what, your lolas and lolas, when they hear about your voice or when you send them videos, it makes them happy. And this makes their immune system strong. So, you know, happiness makes our immune system strong. So, yun yung isa sa inaano namin sa kanila. And then, ano pa ba? Yun, it's how you keep a positive environment. And then you have to combine, ito pa yung isang sasabihin, to combine the back to basic and modern. Ibig sabihin, kasi ako, katulad ako, no, I think you will agree with this, Sis Malu. Mahilig tayong ng mga scrapbook, 'di ba? Yung mga pictures, ganon. It's really, really helpful kasi yung makita nila, kasi ngayon lahat post sa media, post sa social media, I'm not against of social media, but again, we really need to we have to make sure that we are using this platform in I would say, in a positive manner. Pero iba pa rin kasi yung meron silang nakikita talaga, yung mga pictures sa bahay. And then kasi yung one day, yung isang araw ba, me and Matt have looked onto his baby pictures. Kasi mahilig kasi akong gumawa ng scrapbooks nila nung baby sila. So, we have that. And then, we look together. And yung makikita mo yung sa mukha ng anak mo, talagang, Mommy, look at this. You were kissing and hugging me in the picture. So, ano mo yun? It's a sort of a point of reference that it's an evident that they are really God's gift to all of us. Kasi baka mamaya yung iba, wala na, lahat na lang nakapost. Paano pag na-hack yung Facebook account mo?
Wala na papakita.
Pag naano yung Instagram mo, wala ka na ipakita. Diba? At least kung meron ka mga printed pictures, diba? Makita nila yun.
They're blessed now.
Diba? Kasi, like I said, you have to combine it with the basic, with yung mga basic natin before. From our generation. And then connect it to this generation, but with, I would say, with the right balance. Yun lang. Yung parang sa akin kasi it's memory it's their memories kasi when they grow up, sabi nga nila, when a child grows with a happy childhood, with all of the good memories, it will be their weapon, or not really weapon. It's
Strength.
like strength to face the challenges of life. Di ba? Sabi nila, if you didn't have a good childhood, if you didn't enjoy it, and you grow up with a lot of struggles, and then I'm not saying that it depends how children will handle that, but probably it's gonna be a tough, I would say, tough life for that, for them. Kasi may mga bata na they went through like a tough life, but eventually they able to succeed, like Manny Pacquiao, sa idol. So, but because one definitely on those tough time, a person came to his life that touched his life. Kasi yun yung pinaka, I would say, kami parang sabi nga nila, siguro ito yung pinaka last na anin ko na lang that I've learned from Father 𝗤𝗍𝗍𝗄𝗏.
Father Joe.
Okay, he told you in one of his sermons, we don't prepare the road for our children. We prepare our children for that road, because for the road of life, because we don't know which road they will take. It's either dark, rough, happy, smooth. So we are not preparing the road for our children because we don't know what's ahead of them. So what we need to do is to prepare our children for the road of life. So in our role as parents is really challenging. Me and Jayson are on a process of our parenting life. We are not perfect, and we will never be perfect. But at the end of the day, we should do the level best with
The best we can.
because this is our first mission. We cannot say, like, as member of the community, we cannot say that we are serving others and then but we fail to serve our family. So sabi nga nila, the love starts from home, diba?
Yes.
So yun yung aking, I would say, last yung aking advice from my side. And
last.
Talagang 3,000 words talaga.
Sobrang dami niyang sinabi, ito lang yan.
Simple lang.
Always, in everything, you seek God first. You pray, ask for guidance, wisdom, in everything. Because kahit anong gusto natin, but if God doesn't like,
it's not the will. It's
the will
not
of God, God will give you the best. Aside from what you want. So, siguro God did us here. And we thank God for it.
Yeah.
Because really, we feel na talagang
without
community,
God, I would say without God in the center of our family or our relationship, we don't know how.
God is the strength.
We don't know how we will face and we will surpass all the challenges. Parenting, marriage life, lahat. Mahirap. But with God, nothing, sabi nga nila, Luke 1:37, diba? Nothing is impossible with God.
Yes.
So, yun ang ating, I would say we really need to have these good references in our life to keep our life moving in the midst of all of this, all of these challenges. Yun.
Very nice.
Ilang words ako. Dapat siguro.
May counting, ano?
Ako yung naka-bullet sa explanation.
Parang sa presentation, siya yung
bullet points, tapos si Sis Jhang na mag-expound.
Yes.
Okay. Pero the good thing about, about you, both of you, kumbaga, you complement each other. That balances your relationship. Kung maraming sinasabi si Sis Jhang, si Bro Jayson naman yung man of action.
Yes,
Diba?
yes.
Oh, man of few words.
Hirap din yung puro salita lang tapos wala naman pala sa gawa.
Action, diba? So we really appreciate yung man of few words na yan si Bro Jayson. Pero we can say how, parang sa loob lumalabas yung gusto niya mga sabihin, sa mga gawa pala lumalabas. Thank you, bro. At napakaganda nung last na sinabi niya, talagang whatever you are doing right now, kahit sino pa introduce mo, Manny Pacquiao or whoever it is, Kobe Bryant, but the most important person that we should introduce is God, diba? Yes. Napakaganda. Sa bago tayo matapos, meron lang nagpapa-shoutout dito.
Okay.
Shoutout to Team KFC. Shoutout to KFC 1C3. Yung group nyo, talagang grabe ang suporta. Thank you, Kids for Christ.
Padala na ng ayuda yan. Padala na ng ayuda.
Thank you sa panonood. At syempre, yung naggumawa ng token of appreciation natin, sabi nga, good PM from Plant and Style. Hope you like the plants.
Wow,
thank you.
Salamat.
Team Lucia.
Oo, napaka-cute.
Oo. Marami na kaming plants.
Na kailangan diligan. Diba?
Oh.
Cactus yun, diba? Cactus yun, diba?
Paano ba dinidiligan ng cactus?
Cactus pala. Cactus pala yun. Pero kailangan pa rin diligan yun, diba?
So parang I describe myself like a cactus.
At yung pamilya nyo like a plant, 'di ba?
Oo, si Jayson daw kalamansi.
Kalamansi maasim.
Salamat.
Ay nako. Bro Jayson, Sis Jhang, thank you.
Maraming
dami naming natutunan.
Ayun. Maraming salamat
Sobrang dami.
Thank you.
For this opportunity na mag-guest kami sa iyong
Mas marami siya.
YouTube channel. Ako na naman no? Pag ikaw di ka nagsalita talaga.
Sabihin ko lang thank you. Ikaw na. Hindi, mas marami na akong sasabihin. Sige.
Kasi alam mo, it's when we are in the opportunity talaga na yung mga ganito, mamaya meron din kami sa KFC, kami ang sa Parents Forum.
Tayo doon.
Oo, we were talagang we are also reminded na na kailangan talaga yung aming mission sa buhay ay
if we are tapped to share, we know that there's purpose.
Kaya pag kunyari magagalit na ako, may HB na ako. Pala ako. Bawal ka magalit dyan. Diba, kumbaga yung mga opportunity na ganito, it's not only a challenge for us, but it's a reminder of how generous how God is generous to all of us. Yung family nga, 'di ba? We always say family is a gift. So when we are blessed with a family, what we need to do is to nurture it, because our children is the next generation. So it's in our hands. I mean, as a parents, our role as a parents is really big, on how we are going to journey with them. And so thank you very much. We really appreciate this. Sana sa susunod mong mga series, maimbitahan pa rin kami. At i-groom ko tong asawa ko na
Siguro
sasabihin pa ako, sige.
Oo nga,
wait lang, yung mga questions natin sa susunod, mostly father.
Ayun!
Para si Bro Jayson, ma-push natin magsalita.
Yeah.
Sige, Bro Jayson.
Ayun. Nagpapasalamat din ako, Sis Malu, for inviting us to your channel.
YouTube channel.
Actually, it's very, very good and helpful idea na you started this. So I know many people are being enlightened and touched in every session. I think how many sessions you already have?
Ngayon, pang-apat na kayo, 4 episodes na tayo.
So, more power and continue this God's work. And we will stay tuned in your upcoming.
Stay tuned. Subscriber kami, syempre. Ikaw talaga.
Oy, thank you
And thank you also to our viewers, of course.
Yeah, for our sa
Hopefully,
mga nanood ngayon.
Hopefully, we add some value or inputs to all
Very
of you.
much.
And salamat din po for praying for us.
Yes, for those who are praying for us, maraming salamat.
We will continue praying for your channel.
Oy, thank you.
Marami pang
So
marami pang mag-tune in, mag-subscribe dahil marami tayong matututunan, mapupulot.
Oo, marami pa tayong maiimbita.
Sharing is caring. When you share your experience, you learn and you care.
True. Tsaka plus, kasi parang ito kasing series na to, no? Kung magtatanong ako sa'yo, i-chat kita, sis. Siyempre, i-share mo yun sa akin kung anong advice mo. Pero makikip yun sa akin. Pero kung dito na mapapanood nila, ang daming pwedeng makapakinig at matuto sa inyo. Kasi ang dami talaga mga inspiring couples, inspiring family na pwede natin makasama at magbigay ng mga thoughts nila katulad nyo. Ako, sobrang dami kong natutunan. Ang dami-dami kong takeaway. Sana magawa ko yun sa aking mga cutie na kids.
Yeah.
Tsaka dapat more on positive lang. Positive.
Ano daw?
Puro positive lang.
Positive lang tayo sa mind at heart, pero negative tayo sa COVID.
Yes.
Positive tayo sa lahat ng bagay, pero sa COVID, negative tayo.
Correct. Best advice. So,
positive.
Okay.
Alam ko, sobrang busy nyo na today. Ang dami nyo pang activities. At nagpapasalamat talaga ako for having you both here. Kahit na konti sinabi ni Bro Jayson, yung mga sinabi niya, tagos. Diba? Ang dami nating natutunan.
Words lang, pero pag nagsalita, iba ang dating.
Yes. Meron daw. Say hi tayo, may humabol.
Hello. Hello sa host. Si Love
Hello sa host. Oy, thank you.
Parang host din siya.
So, salamat, Bro Jayson, sis Jhang. At sa susunod ulit, dalaw kayo dito sa amin at marami pa kaming matututunan sa inyo. Sa topic natin na good environment, halos lahat na i-share ninyo yung pwede nyong gawin at mga tips sa inyong mga anak, sa inyong family bonding, how you prepare nurturing physical and emotional environment. Ang dami nyong na-share about that at maraming salamat. So, hindi ko na kayo patatagalin dito kasi alam ko busy-busy pa kayo at madami pa kayong ipiprepare.
Busy-busy sa loob ng bahay, no?
Busy-busy sa loob ng bahay.
Ang gagawin.
School meetings, Kids for Christ, lahat ng yan, banding sa kay Julia at kay Matt. Thank you sa inyo. So, I think we have to say goodbye. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
But, salamat na marami for making this Friday.
Wala daw bang picture? Tingnan mo to. Gusto picture eh.
Gusto ba? Picture. Nagka-capture lang kasi ako, tapos pinipicturean ko na yon. So, yung mga time na nakangiti ka, at least, maganda tong picture na to. Nakangiti ka, bro.
Pwede naman din tayo mag-picture.
Kami.
Salamat sa lahat ng nanood. May 10 pa tayong viewers, Thank you. God bless. Bro Jayson, sis Jhang, God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, ayan. Nagkaroon na naman tayo ng isang very fruitful day sa ating parenting series at ang dami-dami nating natutunan. Ang dami kung pwede ko lang baunin lahat sa isip at sa puso ko lahat ng shinare nila. Nako, please, pwede bang yung mga sinulat ko, ilagay mo na sa puso't isip ko? Ang dami kong natutunan. How will I prepare good environment for my kids? And gusto ko talagang i-take away kanina yung sinabi ni Bro Jayson at Mrs. Jhang, yung mga advices nila about having bonding. Ito, yung mga board games, mastermind, and through these games, mai-eliminate natin yung ma-eliminate natin yung paggamit ng gadgets and stay sa social media ng ating mga anak para yung screen time nila is malilesen pa. And not only that, yung sinabi nila about family scheduling, yung family scheduling na ito yung time mo for your arts or anything na free time, nakasulat lahat. And nagbigay pa sila ng idea for making a bucket list. Ano ba yung mga gustong matutunan ni Julia and ni Matt na pwedeng maging way to make a bonding, like yung isa doon sa nalista nila is learning how to ride a bike. So, pwede nyo rin gawin yon na magawa kayo ng bucket list, including your kids during the planning, para it's another way of bonding with them. Ang dami ko pong natutunan, kaya sana po nag-tune in kayo, or kung hindi kayo nakapanood kanina, balikan nyo po, naka-record po ito, at mapapanood nyo kung ano pa yung mga advices ni Bro Jayson and Mrs. Jhang about having a safety environment para sa ating mga anak. Kaya sana po ngayong tanghali ay marami pa kayong naibaon. It may not be effective for you, but at least meron kayong mga onti na naiuwi. So nakatapos na naman tayo ng letter G from our A to Z. Yan. Tips for parents. Meron na tayong don't forget, acceptance, believe in your child, collaboration or communicating or connecting with our child, discipline, empowerment, family, and good environment. So next week, we'll be having our letter H. Yan, letter H na. Pero dahil birthday ni Isa, para po dun sa parenting series ko, hopefully I can do a live streaming during the time that we will give our gifts to Ninong and Ninang of Isa. Kaya, nood pa rin kayo para at least makita nyo ang aking cute na baby. Baby pa ba yun? 4 years old na siya. So, next week, our letter H would be with us, with me and Mark. Kaya, tune in kayo, panoorin nyo kami sa birthday ni Isa pag nag-live stream po kami. Gusto ko lang po iwan tong verse for today na nakuha ko relating to good environment. Sabi dito sa Psalm 145, Psalm chapter 145 verse 3, the Lord is great and is to be praised. His greatness is beyond understanding. Isa to sa pinakahuling sinabi ni Bro Jayson. Whatever that we do, kahit ano pang pressure mo sa sarili mo na maging mabuting magulang, but if God didn't allow it, hindi mo pa rin magagawa kung ano yung gusto mong gawin. So, it always seek God first. And, sabi niya dito, Psalm 12:1, if the Lord does not build the house, the work of the builders is useless. Diba? As parents, we are the builders of our house. God has entrusted us our kids. Kaya, yung mga ginagawa natin, our effort in bringing our kids in a good environment, if God doesn't allow it, if hindi siya yung sentro ng pag-build ng bahay natin, all of this will be useless. So whatever you do, it should always be linked with God. It should always be, parang rooted kay God. Kaya, ang dami kong pwede pang i-take away. Ito pa, gusto ko pa ito ibigay. Proverbs 13, verse 20, keep company with wise and you will become wise. Sabi nga kanina ni Sis Jhang, you introduce but do not insist. You introduce people that they can be their inspirations, kasi ito yung mga pwede nilang maging model, role model nila sa habang lumalaki sila. So, give them wise people para maging wise ang ating mga anak. Kaya, yon, meron pa atang mga nag-comment. Hi, sis! Sis Mai! Replay po, napakaganda, panoorin nyo. Salamat sa mga nag-tune in. We still have 8 viewers right now, although I'm already ending. But do not forget, whatever you do it while you can. Okay? Whatever we can, do it while you can. Kaya, alam natin, being parent is a hard job, pero loving our kids is not hard or difficult at all. Kaya, sabihin mo sa sarili mo, hindi man perpekto yung bahay na binubuo mo. Wala namang perpektong araw din. 'Di ba? Lahat ng yan, dadaan at dadaan ka sa mga challenges in your daily life. But having a positive home, 90% of the time na ini-aim natin, kahit alam nating maraming tantrums, maraming meltdowns, i-add mo pa yung imperfection natin being parent, pero yung intention natin is in the right place. Mahirap man, pero alam natin, mahal natin yung mga anak natin at gusto nating ibigay yung best sa kanila. And showing them that you love them, even when may not like their behavior, isn't hard. Kaya, alam natin, sa puso natin, mahal natin ang ating mga anak. So, bago tayo matapos, syempre naman, it is from what's in the heart that really matters. Bless your home with love and happiness. Happy Friday, parents! Bye!